I love planting cannas every year because their tropical flower and banana plant leaves make me feel like I'm on vacation, even if I'm just hanging out in my own backyard. And while I'm sad to see their flowers fade this time of year, I'm also excited because that means it's time to save seeds. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to harvest, dry, and store canna seeds so that you can fill up your garden with them next year, all for free.
Canna plants are renowned for their striking foliage and vibrant blooms, making them a favorite among gardeners. These tropical beauties are typically grown from rhizomes, but you can also cultivate them from seeds. Saving and germinating canna seeds can be a truly amazing experience for the home gardener. It offers a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment as you witness the entire life cycle of these beautiful plants from seed to full bloom. It also provides an opportunity to experiment with different canna varieties, allowing you to create a diverse and unique garden. Growing canna plants from seeds can be a more cost-effective way to expand your garden compared to purchasing mature rhizomes, which can cost anywhere between $5 and $27 a piece. It fosters a deeper connection to your garden as you nurture these seeds into flourishing plants, and the anticipation of seeing the first leaves and blooms emerge is a source of great joy. By saving and sharing canna seeds, you can create a dream garden all your own. Canna plants produce seeds after their flowers have been pollinated. After the canna flowers fade, seed pods form where the flowers once were. These pods contain seeds, but you need to allow the pods to mature on the plant until they turn brown and start to split open. Here you can see an example of a fresh green seed pod. The seeds inside are not ready to harvest yet, and if you were to take them, they very likely would not germinate. This seed pod looks a little bit like a spiky fruit, but you can go ahead and handle it and it won't poke you. If you have seed pods like this, you want to keep an eye on them and just wait for them to turn brown. Here you can see a canna seed pod that is much closer to being ready to harvest. You can see that the seed pod has dried up and it kind of looks like a brown shriveled peanut casing. These are probably fine to take, but if you're going to have good weather, you're better off waiting until the seed pods open up all by themselves. If you were expecting a hard storm or rain, it would be okay to go ahead and take these now. This seed pod is exactly what you're looking for. Do you see how the pod has opened all by itself to let the seeds fall out? This is nature's way of letting you know that those seeds are ready to harvest. So I'm going to take some clean, sharp clippers and I'm going to cut just below where the spent flower head is. I'm going to take this back to my work table and harvest these seeds. So once you have your seed pods, you just want to sit and squeeze the seed out of each pod. Just peel back the outer coating and give it a little squeeze and they'll pop right out. I like to keep mine in a container like a Tupperware lined with a paper towel to soak up any moisture. Once you put these seeds into storage, you don't want to have any moisture at all because that can cause mold or other pathogens to grow. So these will stay in my Tupperware container with my paper towel for a couple of days just to dry out. We've recently had a lot of rain, so even though they feel dry to the touch, I want to make sure that there's no excess moisture. So let me just tell you a little bit about starting these seeds later on for the next growing season. You want to start these seeds very early, like at least 6 weeks before your last frost date. If you don't start canna seeds early enough, then they won't flower. And while the leaves are beautiful, we all really want those tropical looking flowers. The second reason why you want to start them early is because if you do it early enough, they should form their own rhizomes over the summer, which you can then dig up and replant following years. Now, these rhizomes are not going to be as big as the ones that you would buy in the stores, but they should form and you should be able to dig them up and replant for free plants. Starting canna seeds in January or February is a little bit of a process. They need to be scarified and soaked. So definitely make sure you subscribe and check back in with me later so that I can show you how to do that this winter. One other thing to understand is that while canna seeds carry genetic material from the parent plant, they can exhibit significant differences in flower color, plant size, and leaf characteristics. This genetic diversity is a natural phenomenon and occurs due to the intricate interplay of various genes within the Canna species or any species. Even if you carefully save seeds from a particular parent plant with desirable traits, you may get those traits in the offspring, but you may not. This genetic diversity can be intriguing for gardeners as it can lead to an unexpected and unique variations in color and foliage patterns, making each seed-grown canna plant a delightful surprise. However, if you have specific expectations for uniformity in your garden, it might be more reliable to propagate canna plants from established rhizomes where the characteristics are going to be more predictable and consistent. For this video, I've taken the seed pods off of 2 plants because those were the ones that were ready to go. And out of those 2 plants, I have 30 seeds. So that potentially, if you figure $5 a rhizome, will save me $150 in plants next year. Once you're done harvesting your seeds, you want to lay the seeds out in a single layer on a paper towel or newspaper and let them air dry for a few days to remove that excess moisture and prevent mold growth. Then transfer the dry seeds into an airtight container such as a small glass jar or a plastic bag or even a Tupperware. I'm using a Ziploc bag because that's what I have. Ensure that the container is clean and dry. Label the container with the date of the harvesting and the name of your plant, which in this case is going to be Canna's. Then store your sealed container in a cool, dark place with a consistent temperature, ideally between 40 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid exposing the seeds to fluctuations in temperature and humidity.
Don't forget to subscribe and check in with me this winter so that I can show you how to scarify the seeds and get them ready to plant this spring for a garden full of color. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.